Pakistan official behind killing of 11 French engineers. And then look at this report. Climate bill set for vote after deal is reached. They're saying they're not letting the public see the bill, but that it does have a tax on all carbon. And the feds are basically completely taking over, but the public can't see the bill before it is passed. You can go read the Wall Street Journal article. And they just act like that's totally normal because the Wall Street Journal, owned by the big banks, and Rupert Murdoch's going to be taking your money and putting it directly in their fat mouths, just like Goldman Sachs is getting record bonus money off the bailout money. Record bonuses for those crooks. Obama, we will get health care reform this year. And it'll be like the kind of care the Native Americans get, being sterilized and euthanized, the kind the VA veterans get. Obama condemns violence against Iranian protesters. It's all just too rich. Got a few other stories I'm going to hit, but let's go to calls right now. John in Washington, you're on the air. Go ahead.
How are you doing, Alex?
I'm doing good. I'm exposing these murderers. That's what I do.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here, too. I live right between two relatively large Indian reservations, and I've had several discussions with these folks about, just different things, and a great deal about this eugenics issue, and they just basically open-handedly deny it. So what I've done is I've rented the screening room at the community center, and I'm going to invite all of the officials from the BIA and so forth, and we're just going to watch that show and see what they think about that.
Good. Let me explain how this works. They're not evil people, probably, but they're in denial. They rationalize what they're doing because they think reality is what they decided is in their head. Like, oh, this isn't a cliff, I'll just jump off. But it is a cliff. So they're delusional. And they always hire people. The government always gives the money to the little group that steals most of it, controls it, and it's the corrupt Indian agents. And then they just hire the corrupt tribes to do it. It's on congressional record that up until the 1980s, they sterilized 40+% of Native American women. It was in the London Guardian yesterday, the UN sterilizing women and lying to them about what the procedure is. They just say, oh, I am the doctor. You need to be put under now, honey. And then we're going to give you medicine for that broken leg, and they sterilize you. Or you come in for dentistry, and they knock you out on the gas and sterilize you. So that's London Guardian yesterday. So all of this is happening and going on. So I would go to the tribes themselves and explain, the pimp leaders are in denial because they don't want to notice what's going on. But go ahead.
Get personal invitations to this, and the screening room is at the community center on the reservation. So we're going to draw a crowd there one way or the other and just let them understand, because what bothers me so much about this is that they get plied with cash for every conceivable reason. If you go to your AA meeting, you get a check. If it's just whatever, and they think that the federal government is their good buddy and their friend. And I've tried to tell them that ever since, to my knowledge, ever since the scandal concerning Geronimo, the Indian tribes, name one treaty that the federal government has ever lived up to.
No, exactly. I've got articles today where they're making 6-year-olds go into counseling if they misbehave in school. It's going into a mind control induction cult center where they tell the parents, don't discipline your kids, then the kids are bad, then the state tasers them to death. This is all about mind control, all about the state stirring up as much trouble as they can. It's in their own handbooks. I appreciate your call. Order out of chaos. Nate in Georgia. Nate, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good.
Well, the reason why I'm calling is, first and foremost, I wanted to thank you. I had watched a lot of the Zeitgeist movies back before I had discovered you, and you really turned me on and opened me up a little bit more. However, this call is actually concerning today's show and another show that you had a couple of days ago about the reptilian brain. And I did some research on the reptilian brain and how it functions, and I was appalled at the stuff that I found out. Concerning the eugenics program that you're talking about, I did some little research and I put two and two together. Well, I was on YouTube the other day and just going through some clips about the reptilian brain, and I came across this one clip. It said, what lies in plain sight? And it was a Michael Jackson video. Well, this gentleman did an analytical breakdown of the video and it was a psychological manipulation teaching people to engage in homosexuality and male homosexuality and male.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. I'm not even judging or attacking those people, but the issue is, yes, if you go to Planned Parenthood's main website, it's all about how to be gay or lesbian because they don't want you having kids. They decided 100+ years ago, teach the slaves to not have families, break the family up, try to make it fashionable to have male on male, female on female, so that they stop having kids, so they don't have a family unit, so society is decimated. See, they want everybody to be part of the state, so the family has to go to be absorbed. So it's them persecuting the family. CPS takes the babies to give to the gay and lesbian families. We don't like being persecuted and hunted by you like it's Planet of the Apes, and your CPS are throwing nets over us and our kids because you want them for yourself, as a slave back at the, and I mean, basically that's what this is. They're attacking us, not the average gay person out in the street, but the big controllers up above. That's what they're into. And yes, I was familiar with that. And for those that don't know, it's not David Icke and the whole reptilian thing. It's that in physiology, it's taught in medical school. You have the brain stem, the reptilian brain, different parts of the brain. It's called the reptilian brain because it's shaped like a saltwater crocodile brain. And it has all those primitive functions of fight, flight, aggression, all of that in it. And that's the kind of base programming that subliminals and things manipulate. That's why they want to get you in a mesmerized fashion watching TV, so you'll kind of switch off and then just accept it all. We'll finish up with you, Nate, then talk to Brian. Brian just hung up Joe, John, and Jeff if we have time. Stay with us. Final segment straight ahead.